to be one of the
production
picked up by our top teams here, but NAVI and VIRTUS Pro, you know what? It's El Clasico, so let's stick to the classics.
Exactly. We saw the Mantis be banned every time in the grand finals. Might as well just repeat it here. So taking their time on the Mantis ban, maybe trying to bait something out from NAVI instead. And there's the Vanguard pool focus on their end.
I wonder if we're going to see double Rogue Protects come through here as the Vanguard pool is taken away. That's going to get rid of a little bit of Fincy's pool.
Oh, well, that is a lot. 11 million channel points are on the line. 430 people for VIRTUS Pro, 223 for NAVI. 8.6 million to 2.5 million. Imagine if NAVI wins this.
If they want to for VIRTUS Pro, or they also have to focus on that back line a little bit more. There is the Mantis going to go through.
And
instead.
I really do appreciate
I feel like the Vanguard
the Elsa ban.
Thank you. Forced them into that.
Thank you.
Yeah, do not want to be seeing a damage boosted Vanguard pull. That much is
okay,
for
let's
sure.
See this.
There's the Rogue Protect. Rogue will be available for both sides now, though I don't know if Rogue works as well as a tandem Vanguard with a Vanguard pull. Like, that's when you usually see something like a triple Vanguard come out. I like this ban, potentially on the Star-Lord, getting rid of a Raging Royal Legend. That's going to be a big advantage to NAVI if they can get that up and running.
Pick your hero.
Really need to see Terra pop off on the Star-Lord. We've seen some middling results from them specifically, but the thing to note is that Daredevil went untouched, and Fi could opt for that specifically, but there's a couple different options as we see being hovered here. The Ultron, depending on the sub map, has some good looks, and Sparker on the old faithful Psylocke. That'd be great to see.
Sparker on...
I certainly would enjoy it. If
Sparker on Psylocke would be disgusting. No, he's probably going to do Punisher. Yeah, he did Punisher last time and they rolled.
You are in exactly the right place. Marvel Rivals Ignite's pre-season's about to have its two preeminent teams butt heads in the winners' semis.
The only team in recent history to take a map off of VIRTUS Pro, and that was last
I think they
year.
just made it a lot
was
louder.
In the grand
Hello?
finals of NAVI, and a bit of a different look there specifically. So VIRTUS Pro, they kind of have that in the back of their mind. They said even in their interview, not feeling as confident as they could with this meta, but they've been playing picture perfect. So imagine if they've been preparing even more so for this series against NAVI after getting the footage of yesterday's hijinks.
What I'm interested in is whether or not Trust Me is going to be sticking on this thing. Might well move over onto the Rogue in order to keep that one going through. Just going to bubble everybody out here. Unlikely to stay. That looks like they might actually do so just to support this dive. Oh, the Sparker Psylocke with the Phi Daredevil.
Reminiscing from grand finals.
I like that. Oh man, I like what VIRTUS Pro's running.
Exactly
VIRTUS
the
Pro has
positioning of Team NAVI, and one-sided at that. You should know to expect it from Phi at this rate.
Fincy beginning to erode for space, moves in towards the back line already. The Daredevil is in. They want level 1 Crook. Are they going to be able to grab him? Nice play from the White Fox to peel that one away. A Spirit Sanctuary is erected off the back of the TP, but VIRTUS Pro have advantage when it comes to the first cap of the point. Is there going to be movement here is the question. Jerky scares away Nevix temporarily, who doesn't quite have access to the team up yet. Gets taken down to the ground by a well-timed Cosmic Fastball. And now it's Fincy's turn to try and have a riposte. A turnaround once again. Purple, but the damage is too much for Trust Me to bear. The Sentinel Strike takes them to Pound Town, and now Fincy has to try and exit off the back of this one. Jerky taken down by a mutual stun, meeting the road in midair at the back of the Feral Leap. Level 1 Crit caught in the corner, could well take themselves out with their own cards reflected from the shield, but Nevix is there for the finish now. Finally finds the
this is where experience comes in, bro. This is where experience comes in.
But they cap the first.
This could be where the mistakes start to snowball for the ban phase from NAVI, giving Nevix one of the best rogue players in the game, best in slot hero, at least in this composition, and not really having someone to counter it on your side makes it that much more difficult for you to engage and actually disengage, because they're just going to chase you down every single time, and it's exactly what we saw with the double towards the end there.
Jerky's decided they don't want to deal with the Wolverining anymore. Instead, we're going to match up Daredevil versus Daredevil, which, Trust Me, scouts out the positions.
Yeah, there are a few pro players with a controller. Someone asked, how did the maps get picked? Usually the Koth map, which I'm playing right now, is predetermined, but whoever does lose gets to pick the next map. But you cannot play the same game mode twice until all the game modes are played. That's how it happens.
Under the map itself, its Jeff will be expended, and now Fincy just spat out into the loving arms of his team. Oh.
Oh, throws the shield for some extra salt in the wound there as well. Virtus Pro continues to show their dominance on domination. I mean, they have experience. They've gotten the map win here on Hell's Heaven. Navi, it's their nightmare that began against Team Heretics on this specific version of domination. So they have a couple things they need to change, but I think level 1 Crook being just left out to dry needs to be the biggest one.
Galactic Legend round the back trying to track Sparker for now, but there's plenty of extra health being given over here by the Freedom Charge. Good answer here from Virtus Pro. Still Sparker's fallen down side bay as well. Now Finzi needs to try and even it up, but guess who's teleporting?
Oh my god, dude. Finzi's so...
And trust me, standing
Finzi,
on
bro.
point, but Virtus Pro have counter-punched into the remainder of Na'Vi. It was such a good opening, but it feels like the closure's not going to be there. It's an unfinished ask.
Even with the Galactic Legend not able to get the eliminations that they want against Virtus
No,
Pro, who have
Virtus
been able to
Pro
stay
is a
alive,
really
the
good
longest out of
team
any
on
team
turning
in EMEA
fights that
during
they
their
seem like
team
they're
fight
losing
now
into
goes
actual wins. I don't know how they do it. I'm pretty sure it's some voodoo shit. I can't prove it yet, but they are really good at doing that. They're really good at kiting as well. When the other team is using a lot of ults, they kite back, make sure they don't die, and then go back in.
They can take their time with the cap here. There's so much room to work with. Trust me, just having to stay on this point at all times. Wants to try and afford some aggression onto Saipe, but the remainder of the team aren't going to be there. Doesn't want to overextend in the midst of all this. Spark is disengaged, is waylaid by Rajro, and now forward momentum from Na'Vi will get it done. Level 1 Crook tries to get involved by themselves on the back of the ranging Royal Flush, but Saipe is going to be the one with that ultimate in the next fight.
Been a while since we've seen Jerky put on the mask, but this might be the time for them to shine, go for those pulls off the map, and see if that will be enough to dispossess Virtus Pro. And they eventually are able to get the eliminations, team fight win, and get some percentage in their favor. But they want to be.
Ooh, you're becoming the Tarek of Marvel Rivals.
At least against them.
Tarek has hair, right? So I think that as a compliment.
Even take one.
Jerky's unlocked a new stand, but the question is it Jitwood or is it leg day on the Spider-Man over here? Rajro trying to chase after Sparker.
Oh my god, I was about to say, did he actually just airball his ult? That would have been embarrassing, bro. Hey, solo ulting him is perfectly fine, chat. Every person on Virtus Pro is like a raid boss, bro. You have to solo ult them.
Terra also just waiting.
You have to, especially Sparker, bro.
That could be their win condition against Virtus Pro, but Dredro does have the It's Jeff just for repositioning, but also for some massive mayhem crunch down against the competition.
Bouncer of Butterflies available for Sparker. We've seen it millions of times so far in this day. Can they overwhelm fire? Yes. The backup wasn't there. The timing was off from Finzi, and now it has to be an all-out brawl on the point. Rajro just standing his ground. The Vanguards who come here are going to be in so much danger. It's Jeff temporarily grabs a couple of members of Na'Vi, but Fate has unleashed the Kumiho now, and Rajro can roll forward with a fully charged up Maelstrom. So many health bars brought low, but they're instantly refilled off the back of the movement from Finzi. A Freedom Charge, a Heartbreaker, all the auras right now from Virtus Pro are being unleashed upon Na'Vi, and do they have the aura to withstand this? It would seem that with Rajro having fallen down...
Do you guys think that, because Overwatch had the same issue, do you guys think Marvel Rivals is going to have an issue with all these, like, visual effects? There's a lot of visual effects, bro. I know Overwatch had something like that, and a lot of people complained, and they tried to nerf it. Not nerf. I don't know how you nerf the visual effects, but they try to change it. I don't know what. I don't exactly know what Overwatch did. I think they made turn down the opacity or something, or decrease it. Yeah.
To the last moment, Rocket Raccoon, a quick grab to try and keep these Vanguards in peril. But Virtus Pro have all the more.
If Navi wins this, I will be very surprised.
Down off the map. There's still a couple of players remaining.
Nice dodge by the on the Spider-Man.
And there goes Terra, close up with the Wolverine. Dredro's managed to burn them down. Not just a strategist player. Trust me, the captain, the last one remaining. There's no one else there to touch. Navi was so close. But wait,
TTK's dad is cheering against Navi? But TTK's
dad.
Take
it, and I feel
you're cheering against your son's ex-teammate, Terra.
Pro, which might
that was a really good round, though. I am really enjoying these games.
The Jitward style Spider-Man, and hoped that would be enough to focus down Dredro on the Jeff, but then as soon as the portal play came through, it was only able to happen because they still
Chat,
could
it
not
doesn't
deal
matter
with
if it's
Vi,
your
who was just
ex-teammate, bro.
objection after objection,
You only
dealing
love
with all the
Saipe as well,
deflection of the
TTK's dad,
damage,
because he
just
carries
stayed
your
on
son
the
in ranked.
objective
We're not
as
going to
long
get
as
to
they
that topic
needed
right now, though, but
to get that portal play to come through and eventually
chat,
flip
it
the
doesn't matter if
script
it's your
and that team fight
ex-teammate.
at
We
the
all
end.
care about our
Virtus Pro,
exes,
if they
right?
didn't get Vi on the point as long as he was at the end, Navi would have had that point in their favor, and now they have to go back to the drawing board and see what comp will work for them here.
Take note, all the duelist players. The best duelist in the world, Sparker, goes over to Rocket Raccoon. You know? Like, when the portal opens and you
No,
need
we-
two strategists, you need
No,
two
we do not,
strategists.
chat.
You
I
need
don't.
Sparker to swap over to the second strategist for the healing. He does it, bro.
Also really liked the Rajaro Angela towards the end there too, but unfortunately just wasn't enough to focus them down as they went through the portal. Dr. Strange played
Emily about to beat this guy. Hey.
Navi a lot more flexible.
Emily
it feels like
knows.
today in comparison, and Jerky actually the one who is on the Star-Lord this go around. Terra focusing. Still
I don't talk to anyone but her.
for a while.
White Fox certainly interesting. Last stand, it has stunned up Nevix, and the follow-through is going to be there. A bridge boost to heal up the remainder of Navi, and then level 1 quick can turn their attentions elsewhere. Fi noted on the outside of the point, but is there really going to be any space to try and push forward onto this one? Nice feral leap. However, Fincy is only grabbed into their own team for now. Are they going to try and make the contest happen? Yeah, it's going to be a huge impact there from Fi, but they're made to pay for it at the end.
Wow, this is I'm loving this game, bro. Both teams are insane. I am this is what I wish every single game would be like this, chat. Last series was really good. This series is going to be amazing as well.
The full deck of cards available to them. Dredro swapping on over to the Invisible Woman, it seems, and that'll be to deal with the Terra Feral Leap specifically, and the dives that we've been seeing working out pretty well for Navi.
Nevix won there by the Vibranium Energy Saw. Just a love tap from across the map, like, trust me. As Virtus Pro, they're still probing for these positions, so they don't want to overcommit to this one. This is all about the positioning play, maybe just trying to get that extra little bit of charge for Saipe, and there it is.
It's good because it's the best of them all. That's a little stretch. If it was all the best players, I would be playing, right? Oh, this is going to be disgusting. See, this is what I love, dude. What a great play by Finzy as well on that Captain America. As soon as he hears that Gambit and then the Star-Lord ult, he pops his ult and it runs back to his team. His team kites back so they all can't die or get shot by that ult, and they do a really great job at that. A lot of people would just play out in the open, die one by one. No one would play as a team. They play exactly how Marvel Rivals should be played. That's why they're a great team.
Sonic Pursuit ready to go, getting on top of Rajaro. Never stood a chance against the embodiment of justice that is Matthew Murdoch. A last-second recontest from Trust Me, and this one's going to be flipped.
Always expect the right-hand man of the law to have swift justice delivered on a silver platter for Virtus Pro. A quad will take the rest of the percentage in their favor for Virtus Pro, but a lot of room was given to Navi in that team fight. I think it had to do with Saipe initializing the engagement with the Royal Flush, and then unfortunately for them, they weren't able to get the eliminations as quickly as they wanted to, which allowed Navi to build up their own Stratusalt. So coming into this next one, Saipe will still have that advantage because there is no Loki on the other side for the copy, but again, it comes down to who is able to use their ultimates a little bit better.
Saipe forced to reposition, but that bio dash is going to be up. Cooldown soon. There goes for last stand, trying to get on top of those challenges, but it's a nice dodge away from Saipe. Now has access to a Raging Royal Flush. Four members are going to get it. Level 1 didn't even know what hit him, and while there is going to be a quick debuff coming forth, courtesy of the Banhammer, Saipe just holds his fire and allows the rest of Virtus Pro to do the talking.
Damn.
This Spy Daredevil needs to be dealt with in some capacity in the ban in the future. You just can't let this man who really...
If you could play for any team, what would you play for? Oh, I would love to play for Virtus Pro. You know why? Because I would love to ride the shit out of that bench.
Navi not even wanting to go.
And then if they win like the $1 million tournament, hey, I'm on the team. I get a little percentage, right?
He's also doing a great job with the Freedom Charges, using that to shut down the Galactic Legend in one.
Bro, I would make sure my team... I'd be like, hey, you want water? You want water? Hey, I have a napkin. Let me dab your head. Is a chair okay for you? Do you need anything? Snacks? Hey, guys, I got popcorn.
Their ultimates try and rebuff this as well, but Fate's in there stomping, Trust Me's already down. Jerky's so up close and personal. It's an all-out brawl that you can see from above. The Devil let out here by Fi as Fincy falls incredibly low. All of the damage is going Fi's way, and it seems like the counter punch is going to be there. Sparker 25% away from having access to their ultimate. Oh, Fate is nasty with the flicks. Bro has learned the White Fox in record time.
The KO box was unleashed by Navi. They baited them out, and it was a Jackbox surprise for them. The Jester was the one to bait them in, and White Fox will be the one to claim the corpses of their opponents. But Virtus Pro, they will get the portal play through and try to re-engage.
Sparker almost ready with the dance for the butterfly. He's already fought the freedom charge.
Ooh.
Gonna be isolated here.
Good play by Terra. Oh, poor Finzy. Oh, we're going to a map 3. We're going to a map 3. I have never seen Virtus Pro struggle before, so seeing them struggle, chat. Pretty. It's new. It's new. Usually they roll teams. Yesterday they rolled a team and they were laughing and smiling. This is different
compared to yesterday. Maybe they let Terra out from the attic.
The gods
after the interview there
can
got
bleed.
to go get some sunlight and touch some grass, and then maybe able to recharge as much as they needed, or a nice steak dinner. Who knows? Whatever it is, keep doing it because it is working so far. And Terra, I love the patience of waiting for the engage on the team fights with the last stand. We saw it happen a couple of times and make it so that a key member of Virtus Pro has been missing in most of these engagements, and that's where Virtus Pro have not felt as comfortable as they could have been. So even though they usually have the edge in the strategist lineup and the royal flushes, sometimes they aren't able to capitalize, especially when they try to dive fully in Fate and just go to melee form and just heal with their claws as best as they can.
I'm incredibly jealous of someone who gets to watch this in slow motion with the ability to pause. So much good Marvel Rivals is happening right now that I can't even take it all in.
Well, I'm here to help you digest it at least, and I'm sure the viewers at home are definitely feasting with our final 2 series of EMEA, and there's already more America's action coming up later on as well, but Saife will be to keep an eye on how fast they can get this ultimate. Speaking of,
all right, trying to gather up here to share out the damage from a dance of a Bellfly so far from Navi. It's been some great democratization. Oh, Sparker's raw mechanics is just the big difference maker, though. Five will take it down on the other side. Yet another dodge. Sparker's just nasty on the sticks, man. Managing to dodge that one, and Terra can't quite get the finish over onto Fincy either. Ready to move forward. Guess who's got extra damage?
Ooh, he looks like he has very slow sensitivity. I feel like I should lower my sensitivity.
And now they turn around onto Trust Me. A little bit late with the counter punch here from level 1 Crook. They're going to try and make it work. Oh, Saife doesn't need a buff, man! He just runs him down in a neutral, books him with the stick. You don't have the talking stick.
Dude.
Have a talking stick. It's time to shut up.
Tough spot to be in for Navi.
I love leg days casting, bro.
Gave up too many resources in that first engagement. They know how crucial it is to win the first team fight on this final point, but they just put too much into it, and they're going to be playing catch up for so long now.
Jerky. Close to the Galactic Legend. Dreidro can answer it here. You might be happy to just force out Dreidro's ultimate, knowing that it's going to be a while before you can match any kind of Gambit amplification. Jerky threatens the off angle, and now it's going to be going after Saife. There's going to be the invisible boundary. The question is, can Jerky survive this one? There's so much flare going their way, but now Fate has the second ultimate. The Kumiho ready to be unleashed from the wide angle here. We can see what Fincy's taking.
Uber Goober, by the way, appreciate the massive prime. Fine, appreciate the massive 6 months in my demi. My demis, appreciate the massive 2. Appreciate the massive 2 months. Sorry. Oh man.
As Fi just runs through the back line, the Billy Clubs become bully clubs.
Not able to focus on Fi's flank enough, and really just going to show how having that extra vision is so crucial in these team fights. And
I just witnessed a murder
that you can flank around on this specific sub map. So
bro, they are looking like a different team right now, bro.
For these teams, but Virtus Pro seem to be having a strong edge on the competition, and the comp just maybe not working out as well as Navi would like it to. Still have not found an answer to this hold.
Rolling forward, Raging Royal Flush. Terra's already down, having swapped over onto the Punisher. Someone's going to have to teleport back rather quickly here, but this is what Navi wanted. A quick fight loss. They just can't afford to have their TP interrupted.
We'll see if the TB interrupt comes through. Level 1 Crook, though, is going to get majorly staggered, so even if the teleport
Oh, that's
does
bad,
happen,
bro.
they're
That's
gonna have to
bad. They
wait
just
some
lost level 1
time
Crook,
for
and he
both
has
of their
ult,
strategies
chat.
to get
They
involved and
yeah.
hope
His
to
team
hold
has to
on
live.
for now.
His team has to live so they get the ult.
Until the ult is available from level 1 Crook. Terra quickly heals on up, and now level 1 Crook has to move out and use the hand. It needs to be dealt upon the remainder of Na'Vi. Everyone gets a little bit of additional damage. Can Virtus Pro weather the storm is the question. There are so many ults to
No
try
way,
and
Na'Vi no, there's no way Na'Vi, no.
to try and counteract this as well with the strangling prison, but everyone's still inside of Dredro's invisible boundary. The strategists from Virtus Pro are feeling moisturized, unbothered, and they're in their lane.
Moisturized, unbothered, and in their lane. No way, bro. Chat, I'm a big fan of his casting, man. He's just too funny. Moisturized, unbothered, and in their lane. Wow, what a that was. It was a pretty close series, but Virtus Pro kind of ran that one away at the end.
Entire map to be the first squad again to do it against the best in the world. Unfortunately, the best in the world was given one of the best duelists and have the best duelist in the game, Sparker, on the Psylocke. Even if you ban out the rest of his hero pool, it does not matter. He will still pull out the old faithful, and well, we see exactly why. 10 final hits, but Phi, in my mind, is my MVP. Especially with the flanks that we saw, taking out the back line, and also just popping off with the let the devil out here and there, and it just didn't seem like
Phi. Hey, we talk a lot about Sparker, but Phi, 15 final hits, but Sparker did do 32,000 damage.
Is disgusting, by the way.
Yeah,
Jesus. Send this man to prison or something. Imprison him in the tube in Super Soldier Factory and send him under the map, because that is abhorrent to behold. Good performance here from Rajaro, actually popping off when it comes to the damage from the Vanguard pool. I think the one-sided Vanguard pool was a good gambit here for Na'Vi. I wouldn't mind seeing that a little bit more as we dive deeper into this series. But now Na'Vi are going to get their own choice of map. They're going to be able to take Virtus Pro. Maybe they'll try and elicit some bad memories in Virtus Pro and take them to Hall of Shalia, where they first stick a battle with them.
Could be the case. Could go a Central Park, because we did see Virtus Pro get pushed pretty far on that map previously, so could happen as well. There's a couple of different options, but speaking of Central Park, I mean, Na'Vi have their own bad memories about that against Shikigami, and you know Virtus Pro have been studying the record books of their matchups ahead of this one. So Na'Vi gave it their all. They got 1 point, second ever team, of course, as I mentioned, next to Fire Strays, but they want to prove they are better. They already beat that team earlier on in the playoffs, and now they need to find some way to make Virtus Pro bleed even more.
Well, last time these two teams met, it was at the grand finals.
Octavio for 2 months. Appreciate it.
And it was, if I remember correctly, a 4-1. Na'Vi were not coming out on the right
and
side.
Foxy Moon, appreciate the massive Prime sub as well.
A step since then, but Na'Vi have had time to grow, time to improve.
Who is the VP coach? That's a great question. Who is the VP coach? Do they have a coach?
Their roster as they decide which map we're going to go to.
There's a couple of different options.
Oh, EQO. The Genji player from
regardless of what Virtus Pro are sent to.
Oh yeah, they're all like ex-Overwatch League players, chat.
So far,
they're all. I'm pretty sure they're all like older, mature. They probably don't argue. They're all on the same page. A lot of these younger teams might be like eternal issues with like ego and everything. I feel like VP would probably be the only team that I think that probably doesn't have an ego. They're like, we saw them roll another team and they complimented them for actually doing really well against them. So, except who's their tank players? Finzi. I hate Finzi. And just so people don't think I actually hate him, I went to Iceland and I was supposed to meet up with Finzi because he's Icelandic and he's from Iceland, but he didn't want to meet me because he was too lazy to drive to their esports arena to meet me. So, I hate Finzi. I went all the way to Iceland and he egoed me in his own home turf. Yeah. Bro was tired. He was not tired. There was nothing going on. Maybe Finzi hates you. Thoughts? No. Nobody in the world can hate me. I have a very lovable personality. Right, chat? I have a very lovable personality. Listen, all I do is try to have fun with you guys and vibe. I'm trying to pass the vibe check. What is this? Question, do you think the thing to get either a rework or a new ability or just any changes because he's been the same for like 3 seasons, so it would be amazing if so. He is boring to play and more than half the roster counters him but dive. Some characters in the game are going to be better than others. Some characters counter others, and that's when you switch to them, and I don't think a character in this game should be able to do everything. Some metas are going to change. Characters are going to change. Some characters get buffed. Some characters get nerfed. Metas change. Maybe there will be... The Thing actually gets a lot of play in this... we see more The Thing gameplay in this tournament than Bucky. We see more Thing than actually Emma Frost as well. Shit, if you guys want to see more so yeah.
Ooh, you could just tell with that first map going to round 3 that we're in for a marathon and not a sprint. Navi were just so close, but no cigar.
Oh, let me turn it back up.
VP, they still got it like day, and that's why their drafts are just that strong. You just can't ban against them, especially Fi and Sparker. You've heard of Jack of all trades, but they really are the master of everything.
Yeah,
true.
Like, before the season, we had a graphic from, I believe, Roman on Twitter, who had the average age of all of our teams, and VP was well up at the top with like 25 or so, but these guys are kind of just maturing with age. They're like the old Kung Fu master, you know? They've just got more and more dangerous as time goes on. Spark are dropping 32k damage in the neutral as Psylocke is absolutely disgusting. And that's one of the reasons why we constantly have to see Navi strategists turn around to either patty cake or really just give someone a cuddle when they have to retreat. It's like, oh, Spark hit me a lot. I need a bunch of heals, please.
Yeah. And I feel like we're still waiting to see like what Terra's carry is going to be, because I thought it was like going to be the Star-Lord that gets banned. He's trying to find what works, and Sparker and Fi, they've got a deck
There's
of
no
cards
way
and
that
a lot of aces up their sleeve, but Navi did look improved compared to yesterday, Audible.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Like, we talked about composure going into this matchup. It feels like they've locked in there specifically, and you have to against the best in the world, right? They have more experience against this team too, and I feel like that helps be more of like a comfort battle. They scrim against each other all the time because they are the 2 top teams, or were at least up to this point in EMEA. And now going into a Museum of Contemplation, this is an interesting pick specifically, I would say, for Na'Vi, because it's a comfort pick for them, because
Vaudable looks like a chill guy. Vaudable's a cool guy. He actually helped me out, and I didn't even have to pay him. He actually, which I feel bad, he actually did it for the love of the game, for the J3 community clash. He was a big help.
And like
he actually volunteered. No, I had a production team that I had to pay.
Navi struggled. They noticed that struggle
Don't say I'm a scammer.
Like,
he offered.
We're old, but we're not that old. Like, we saw those struggles live. Like,
he's a good guy. Chat. He also comes to my our chat after his casting.
Yeah, like their off angles were being very effectively split by Fire Strays, and if they go,
how am I a scammer, bro?
Again,
no.
A team with like competent enough top-down management, they might be able to really dig their claws into the kinks in the armor once again. So we need to see Na'Vi, if they're gonna take these aggressive off angles, they need to up the tempo. They can't allow VIRTUS Pro to dictate what's happening in these split fights. That's what happened against Fire, and it meant that we had these constant stalled fights where like 2 players would be left alive on the flank with no real means of reconnecting with their team.
And this is Navi's choice of map. I mean, they get to kind of bounce back from yesterday, Vaudable.
I am not going to be called a thief.
On a map that you've just lost, and you know what those mistakes are. So you think those improvements are going to follow through today?
I think they will. I think the biggest worry, though, is because you've played this map so much in the preseason. Like I said, Virtus Pro are one of those teams who does their
Chat,
homework,
what map do you
and
guys think
this
we're going
is the
to?
one that they've played the
We
most.
have to go to either
Convoy. They
a
played Araco once, and
convoy
they
or a,
played this one 4 times.
a payload or a hybrid.
And maybe Virtus Pro not so much, but
Oh, is it
can
museum?
beat
Is it
them on a
museum?
map?
Did they say
That's
museum?
what I want to know. Navi, we're just that close, but can they get to the
Oh,
finish line this
I have
time?
selective
This
memory,
is the
I guess.
time to do it on game 2.
Perfect run still here for Virtus Pro. Meanwhile, now
Can someone tell me what happened to the Gambit Twitch costume you were supposed to be getting? That is the 19th. I'm pretty sure I have it. Exclamation mark drops. 19th.
That they have the gumption to bring it to Virtus Pro on Hell's Heaven, but now that we are on their playground, we are hoping to see a distinct improvement from yesterday.
Composition might be the way that they go about it. Probably have some sort of strategy against Virtus Pro, especially because they have so much experience on this specific map. Maybe see some Venom play coming out. We've seen a lot of that early dive in that first point hold. And a lot of teams try to focus so much on the initial hold. But it's interesting, too, in preseason, for those who aren't aware, if you lose, you can pick the side and the map. So Navi opting for the attacking end first and hoping they can go the distance.
Oh, they picked the side and the map.
Once again, going to be a Gambit versus Gambit setup.
Interesting.
I'll be very interested here to see if we see that
Interesting
being taken away. There's been a lot of emphasis on the rogue.
I prefer defense all the way. I prefer defense first. I actually had the conversation with Chad earlier. I prefer defense first over offense first. Offense first, you can set the tempo and set the rhythm of the game. But on defense, let's just say if you hold them at a certain spot, you know, hey, this is all we have to do, and then you could use your ults accordingly.
Loki might be an option for them here, though, to go for the double royal flush, and I think that is going to be the option, especially if Navi aren't going to ban it.
I saw a potential Daredevil ban. Yep,
Okay, there we go.
this one over the thing would be ideal. I don't think we can fully ban out Fincy's hero pool because, well, when all of this is gone, like, Fincy's just going to rotate back over to the Vanguard Deadpool. That's as easy as it comes. On the side of Virtus Pro, they do still have access to that Invisible Woman, which means that they don't have to ban out the Star-Lord. Even though Virtus Pro did quite effectively rebirth those Galactic Legends previously, using the Freedom Charge when it was against the Raging Royal Legend buffed up by the Gambit. The Invisible Boundary was their tool of choice.
Look at her, chat.
Terra also, on this map specifically, does opt for a variety of heroes, right? Sometimes they've been able to get the Elsa available, but otherwise they do play the Namor. So we could see that come out again. We've seen the Ultron from them as well. There's a couple of different options, but I definitely respect the Wolverine ban. We saw how lethal Terra was with it in the last map.
This might also allow Fincy to just walk it down mid on Doctor Strange here without having to worry too much about being grabbed by the Wolverine, because you're going to have Dredro available with the team up, courtesy of the Invisible Woman. So Fincy can kind of just stand on business and eat everyone until he gets his ultimate, which won't take very long.
Having the Invisible Woman specifically, too, is going to be huge for the force physics.
Oh, she's such a pretty
won't
girl.
feel as much pressure from the dives of Navi. I mean, trust me, it typically does go for that Venom play on this map specifically from what we've seen. And it's worked out very well for them. That's always their option. And I'm kind of more surprised that they left it open to Navi, but they're probably feeling
A
confident.
rare noodle appearance on my stream. Wow.
This old, tried and true Vanguard line of
rare
Virtus Pro
noodle
with Fincy on the Doctor
appearance.
Strange and Nevix on the group.
Story Crashers, appreciate massive 16 months. How you doing?
Loki got a pretty nasty rocket raccoon in him as well.
Hope you're having a great spring break,
solo
man.
duelist of Fi on the Wolverine is really going to make things a little bit more hard going for Navi. They're going to have to check a lot of corners the second that they realize that Wolverine could be waiting.
And this is the first time VP have actually been taken to Museum of Contemplation, so whole different ball game for them specifically. But Terra is going to be in a world of hurt.
Like, what even took Bro down? There's like no poke on this Virtus Pro team.
I think it's
What
the wall.
got him?
Oh, he dove over the wall and then got a face full of cards, and unfortunately had to sit in timeout for a few moments. But it's not how you want to start out your map pick.
Wait, did
That
they
would tilt me, bro. As soon as you start a map and you walk out of spawn and die, I've actually had that happen to me before. When I played professional, I walked out of spawn, I got 3-tapped by like a Genji, and then I remember that.
Landing in the midst of Virtus Pro is a very dangerous place to be. Great movement though from Trust Me to get out of that one with their life intact. But you can see that Fire is already angling for yet another kidnap. Won't have another jump pack this time around though. A ban hammer taken towards the back. Jerky trying to make something happen towards that strategist line. But as you try and play against these walls, things become incredibly complicated. Now Fincy could just walk forward, ready to once again blast off with the Dark Maelstrom. And it's not just Lemon and I who are blasting off again. It seems like Na'Vi are doing exactly the same.
Oh, Navi are having flashbacks to their series against Fire Strays, and the jetpack is available for Fi, and they will go for more and more Pharaoh leaps and more doom and destruction against Navi. But Terra does have a hand of Khonshu, and we'll hope that can be used to walk forward with their team.
Okay, yet again, another big grab onto Trust Me. I think there might have been an interception there to free Trust Me from the grip. As Vinci rolls on forward, has access to the Eye of Agamotto now, can emerge unseen from the invisible boundary. Great cleanse coming through. They need straight.
Oh!
It's exactly where it needs to be. Can Fincy find the finish here? Nova Peel is good.
He got the Moon Knight, but I would have went for the Gambit instead.
Has made sure that Fincy falls, but he gets right back up thanks to a battle recall beacon, and they need to look towards Fi. Once again, playing these corners. It's going to be waylaid temporarily by Rajaro, but all of these walls coming up behind the thing means that healing is difficult to deliver. And despite the frags grabbed here by Na'Vi, Virtus Pro have barely allowed the objective to move. Now it's down to Fate, rolling forward. All of the ultimates are invested here. Sparker's Seer does not last for long, as Sparker's forced to disengage. Last stand across the map. Fi will get Terror.
You know, in pro play, it almost looks like Rocket Ult is useless. And I would say buff Rocket Ult. The fact that all their players focus it so fast is crazy.
Rolling in towards the Luna. The Peel is gonna be there.
No, yo.
That
Priest
was
Five
chaos
months. How you doing?
incarnate between both of these teams, and eventually Navi ending up as the winner of this team fight. But so much stall from Fincy with the Doctor Strange on the point that people just forgot he existed there for mere moments as the portal play comes in.
Drudro almost once again has the ultimate ready to go, but this Heartbreaker is afflicting so many members of Virtus Pro that Finzy has to dip on out to give a little bit of healing else. But you can see that Drudro, having been safe behind the portal, has not been grabbed by the Heartbreaker. Still level 1 Crook is getting it done by themselves. Nevix manages to get revived, but I'm not sure if they want to be coming back to this party. You know what? Just actually leave me on the other side. I was good.
I feel like Navi might have baited Virtus Pro into thinking, oh yeah, they don't really have anyone who's playing Rogue too much. We saw it towards the end of Hell's Heaven, but apart from that, not at all. So Trust Me gets it for free out of the ban draft. They focus on the Wolverine instead, and he's really been a difference maker with these Heartbreakers.
Invisible boundary. Good to go here for Drudro, but what do you try not to? It's got to be the Raging Royal Legend. Drudro already being debuffed. Level 1 Chris getting on top of them. Oh, it's the perfect focus onto Sparky. Yes, but Drudro's
I don't think it's the devs love Luna. I think they buffed her damage and healing by 2 because she is one of the slowest building ults for supports. So buffing her damage and healing a little bit is probably going to try to make it more in line with the others. That's what I think. Because Luna has been a pretty ass support for a very long time.
For this engagement of Rajaro stopped by the wall.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying, oh, she's getting another buff. No, she's been ass.
A normal, regularly scheduled hero for them on the Phoenix instead of the Rocket Raccoon, and immediately turns things around in their favor. So no more triple strategist for Virtus Pro, and it seems to be working out a lot better. We saw similar issues between teams trying to rely on it a little bit too much in the past, and this is the time to go in.
Moving forward with the plushie, can Fincy be isolated? There's so much melee damage going his way that cannot be mitigated. Drudro's got another ultimate already. This guy's absolutely nuts, so by the way. That's so much healing, and Sparker brings all the damage down on top of Terra's head. Was so close to yet another ultimate towards the back. That was quite the delivery that Fire attempted. Taking down Trust Me. Fincy has no mercy in his heart. Level 1 Crook didn't even know what hit him.
I wouldn't say she was good the first 5 seasons, chat. 5 seasons a little stretchy, man, bro. Invis Woman, I feel like, has been more of a problem longer than what you guys are claiming Luna has.
they give to Navi, they will take a mile. So they have to stop them here and now if they want to win this map and not drop a single one going into those winners finals or even the grand finals of this preseason.
Raging Royal Flush could be answered here by the Raging Royal Legend. Can Terra find Saipe is the question. Five's already lost out on their passive. The remainder of Virtus Pro have nowhere to go. Terra's just managing to hunt them down. Fi knows.
Nice. Good play by Navi. Come on.
Saipe is still behind. It's going to be very difficult to try and TP back in the midst of all of
this. Nice. Good play by Navi. Come on.
Uncontestable. What a fight by Navi.
Sparker now
what would you change about Invis? Oh, break her legs.
Starlord either, so we can match you in composition, but also have Fi on the back line trying to deal with the strategist and maybe even take out the. Oh, we might see a portal play here, actually. Okay, I'm interested to see what their strategy is for this one, trying to see if they can get a pick off of it.
Okay, just trying to play it directly, knowing there's not really much use portaling towards the end of this point. Fincy already taken down. Trust me, is looking like a different beast on the road compared to yesterday. Has to make sure they can't get kidnapped through the portal. And Nevix without their... Oh,
Bucky has been a problem since season 0. Maybe that's going to be his first decent season.
They know they can't overextend. We've seen
Brother, Bucky has not been a problem for like a season or two.
The portal specifically, or not the portal, it's the Doctor Strange having the portal play.
Bucky had continuously have like a 40%, 45%, 30 or 42% win rate for the past few seasons.
Everyone just placed into the corner, and trust me, kicks through them all, gets grabbed by the Wolverine, but this is just an opening for Jerky now. Knowing that there's no Feral Leak to try and contain them, has access to the Banhammer, really wants to try and find one of the strategists. Jujo's going to be the primary target, forces out the invisible boundary, and now who's caught within? It's going to be Rajaro. Yes, he can TP back if he wants to, but the remainder of Navi is still around to fight this one out if they so desire. With few ults on their side, though, it's just going to be a quick back off.
A good stop so far by Virtus Pro towards the end, and this is the hardest journey for any team to take on Museum of Contemplation, trying to get that third checkpoint. But if Navi can do it, they'll be set up as best as possible to take down Virtus Pro and give them their first ever map loss. Again, as a reminder for those at home, Virtus Pro have not played Museum of Contemplation in this new season and meta, at least in professional play outside of Scrim, so we'll see how it goes.
A pair of Raging Royal Legends. Are they going to be used here is the question. Can Saipe be hunted down? Terra's on the hunt. Sparker for now just hiding away. Doesn't want to reveal themselves inside of this little cubby. Looking to be the last note in this symphony and be the closing chord to the song. Terra looking out for their counterpart as they see from above that the damage is coming in. Nice snowflake healing coming on.
Wow, the snowflake healing and that ult did like no damage to him. Wow.
The initiative to Navi has served them well as Saipe is noted on the off angle, but for now all of that pressure is going to be going towards their vanguards, who might be in a position to try and challenge out this point. A passive pop from Fi as they take multiple players into the spawn. In comes the...
Oh!
That's going to be Fate shutting
what a freeze by Fate!
Time down to 50%, and while Trust Me was ready to break some hearts, it's his own cardiac arrest that he needs to worry about. In comes the invisible boundary from Dredro, and while Virtus Pro may have temporarily been
listen. Navi should not even be mad, bro. That is a great push. A great push. Not a lot of teams make it that far, chat. In my opinion, I would say this is the hardest map to full cap. Hardest map.
And they stop the best team in the world with a composition that they realize, hey, we have all this available. We have Nevix that can play the Rogue. We have Sparker who can play the Star-Lord. Why have we not been playing this to this point? We even have the invisible boundary from Dredro's Invisible Woman. Now realizing, hey, we have some of these heroes that have been working. Why don't we just go back to it? And it worked out at the end.
But one side, the Invisible Woman is actually having so many knock-on effects to this mirror match as well.
Truly.
It means that as a secondary kidnap, when Fi brings someone in, you can force physics them when they try and use their utility or their movements to try and escape from that. You're able to win out pretty well on the off-angle duels between your hit scans by giving over that Guardian shield. The thing with Navi had, which they haven't really utilized
yeah,
yet,
I hope they changed the Doctor Strange cat box, but the payload box. But
Terra to get into another one of these hyper carry positions we saw yesterday.
Also interesting to note, we've been seeing a lot more Emma play in the preseason playoffs in comparison to the actual group stage, and I feel like a lot of that's to rely on the anti-dive. You can go into your diamond form, especially when Fi is trying to go for those grabs, and the carbon crush is massive if you can get control of that diving Wolverine in time.
They are playing on patch 7, chat. Usually when there's new updates, they do not play on the new update. It doesn't, it's not fair. It doesn't make any sense to practice on a patch and then a new season drops or a new patch drops and then they have to play a tournament on a patch that they have never practiced on. Chat, it makes no sense. So usually when new patches happen, they usually don't play on it. Usually.
Well, there might be a momentary stall here from Trust Me. This fight is already curtains.
Maybe not the best decision to go out against a rogue when you're playing Emma Frost, but it does come back to bite them there, and so much room given to Virtus Pro and time, and there needs to potentially not be a portal play. Okay, they're just going to straight up walk towards the objective, and there's a portal cancel from Vinci, trying to just stop them from moving towards the objective.
Fire already having used their damage reduction. That might be an important cooldown that's not available later as Navi.
Okay, let's see this.
Towards the point here. Morphing them down with a big old dark maelstrom. Fincy was unable to afflict every member, though. Is only halfway towards this. Maybe an overextension from Nevix. Oh, nice shot from Jerky. That's the opening that Navi were looking for. As Fincy stunned elsewhere, the invisible boundary is drawn on up. But Navi being triple strategist, they don't quite have the same generation that Jay3 does. Level 1 Crook needs to make a decision. Do they try and play into this with the extra ultimates? Yeah, they're going to go for it. For Raging Royal Flush is invested. Saipe's ready to counter-strike if they so desire. Holds on to it. Now plays for second one. And level 1 Crook is going to be chased out as Spark is buffed on up with the Raging Royal Legend. And he carves through Vanguard, flesh, bone, and all of that alike. Fate noted on the other side. Out comes the potential.
Oh!
Off the back of its Jeff. Can they be stymied, though, by Sparker trying to hold off the exits? That's going to be Nevix taking...
Nice. I don't know how Navi is holding this, but that's insane. Oh! Oh! Fades! I mean, he didn't get shot at by Sparker. I don't think really it was a 1v1, but damn.
He's not the best Jeff player in the world. Well, he was bobbing and weaving like the best of them in between the boundaries.
Bro, the Jeff backshots, chat. You cannot ignore the Jeff backshots.
Swap back, a beautiful play there by Navi to hold right before this first checkpoint. A lot of time wasted.
Fincy falling low. Soul Resurgence ready to go from Jerky. Could be a good answer to some incoming stuns of the Doctor Strange. Trust me, playing it a little bit frontline heavy right now. Rajro isolated, bringing up the shield to cut off the healing. Rajro's already down. A perfect execution from Virtus Pro. Jay3 once again has access to this ultimate. He's essentially lapped Jerky so far, but look at all of this overhealth, both for symbiotic shenanigans and the Soul Resurgence. Terror from the top has taken down Fi, who's taking a turn on a signature character of Sparker. But into this massive flesh, Jay3's psionic plays are just going to be so valuable. In comes a reinforcement portal. That one's gonna be Raja as well. Fincy's is still on cooldown from their earlier tricks of the trade. In comes the Raging Royal Flush. Sparker and Saipe moving towards the back. The punishment's not gonna be there. Fate is not bobbing and weaving. He's mogging as best he can, but Sparker still is able to find everything they want. Terror's come back on the Iron Fist.
I don't care that Navi lost this fight. The fact that Navi is doing a very good job at holding this team is incredible, bro.
Objective, and they got it. The question is, will it be enough towards the end?
Navi,
so much
because usually we see Virtus Pro as these gods, but Navi's doing a really great job, man.
Legend available to Sparker and Nevix having their own Heartbreaker ultimate. Trust me, could potentially use the Feast of the Abyss, but not many strategists ults aside from their own Royal Flush available to Navi.
It could be amplified here by Crook as well. Still has access to a Raging Royal Flush, but difficult to get your claws onto Fi, who's now going to be playing the Ultron up in the sky, constantly peppering down those Encephalo rays. And Virtus Pro, they love their muggings from behind the cart. They just burst out from behind it. Speaking of bursting, Nevix bursting forward now with the Heartbreaker. Multiple members of Navi start to lose out on their ult charges. They have lost out on a little bit of initiative here. Level 1 Crook fairly untouched on this angle. Is going to be able to use the bridge boost to hold up some disparate players. And Fate has taken over the duties of the Mantis here. Has instead allowed Jerky to move over onto the Ultron, using the rage of it in order to heal up their Vanguards. They need to get a rescue onto level 1 Crook, however. Oh, inside of the invisible boundary, it's just so easy for Sparker to find their targets. And once again, it feels like the one-sided invisible woman has been such a boon for Virtus Pro.
Especially having the team up available to Virtus Pro, right? Fincy's just been enabled so much, and now using another counter portal play, seeing if they can use this to section
Invis is busted, thank you.
From the objective, so they can even
not according to Twitter. According to Twitter, apparently Invis is actually needs a buff.
This is going to be a tough spot to be in.
Oh, the
I read
bullying
that
there
today.
onto Rajaro never got a chance to even control his character, but trust me, he's done a good job of stalling this one out. Symbolic resilience used. Can it be burned through by the remainder of Virtus Pro, though? They can't afford on the side of Na'Vi to lose out on this one, especially with that Feast of the Abyss ready to go. The constant trolling on the objective, moving towards the back line. They really want the Vanguards, but Saipe instantly cleanses for debuff.
See,
and now rolling forward with the blaster barrage for damage.
Bro, this is what I mean by Virtus Pro, dude. Like, Na'Vi used ults, but
lower on their resources now.
oh, sorry, not. This is what I love about pro games, not Virtus Pro. Notice how Saipe popped his Gambit ult. Sparker started to fly in. Na'Vi funneled back together. They lived. They absorbed the Gambit ult, made it useless, and then they went back in and won the team fight.
Has theirs almost online, and Dredro, I feel like this invisible.
Like, a lot of people don't understand that falling back and regrouping and like sustaining yourself is actually really strong instead of running out there in the open and dying.
Trust me, MVP.
Who would have thought, right?
Stalling the cart as best as they can.
Hey, what's up, Hug? Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to Twitch.
Well, they desperately want Nevix, but they've actually managed to section off Fincy, who draws up the shield of a Seraphim to make sure that everyone else.
Uh-oh, they popped it at the same time.
Raging Royal Legends already used. Spark is going to be under pressure here, but Terra has the access for you.
Oh, poor Terra, bro. Poor Terra.
Slow, so you've got no
F.
chance to escape. Cyber is so quick when it comes to drawing the cards. This guy deals me in, and he's going to be dealing Na'Vi some real heavy blows on their defensive second.
Out-meching Na'Vi in that team fight and then some. Last-ditch portal effort, though, to stall it out before that second checkpoint and force the overtime victory for Na'Vi.
Fires the ultimate ready to go. A dance of butterflies in the sky could really shut down the Rage of Ultron. Can Jerky survive? It is the question. Managed to keep up in the sky. Na'Vi have all 6 members remaining, but Nevix has been overextended and punished for their arrogance. Rajaro with yet another upgrade. Moving in now onto Fincy, who has to stay on the cart close and personal during the overtime. Dredro's got the off angle. Fincy almost has the eye of Agamotto. Does he have the hero play within him to try and make something work here? No stuns are delivered.
Fincy?
Fincy's taken down for it.
Fincy? That looked like my eyes of Agamotto during the preview season, bro. What the? What in the world?
He desperately needs to try and grab something off the back of a Feast of the Abyss, but can't chop down before it's over. Saipe continues to try and chase down the last remaining players as Nevix's Heartbreaker is a warding call that Na'Vi cannot move forward. Finally, the return of the Gambit here from level 1 Crook, but it's still so far from having their ultimate available. Terra's turned up on the Iron Fist to try and keep things stalled, but Na'Vi are all out of juice and they're all out of mulligans. It's got to be.
That's fine. Hey, it's only a minute and a half, bro. It's only a minute and a half. I want to see Na'Vi win this. Tie the series up, please. Tie the series up.
As they were hoping it would. Still a lot of time wasted, forcing the overtime, and only a minute and some change available to Virtus Pro. But look at those ultimates and the difference.
This feels like a grand finals already.
Royal Flush so much faster.
Dude,
it feels like
this feels like a grand finals.
The positioning of Virtus Pro and how aggressive they've been playing, but this Raging Royal Flush and Galactic Legend combo is going to take some time to get back online.
Rage of Ultron going to be easily counted out here by Sparker. Jerky just doing his best to peek in temporarily. It's going to give a big advantage to Terra when his is active, but you still got to worry about that invisible boundary. It feels like Dredro has never been forced to use it in an unoptimal position. His decision-making is
really great play by
sublime.
Navi to absorb the Star-Lord ult, and no one died.
From Na'Vi, they're trying to burn down the time back because Virtus Pro already down to only 30 seconds. Oh, what a great pick onto Sparker there. Fate's already been taken down though. The dance for the butterflies in the back is a little bit problematic, and Fi can't escape the aftermath of their own ultimates. Saipe has to decide whether or not they want to try and commit to this one, but with no teammates, the Raging Royal Flush.
Terra.
Seconds on the bank.
Huge play by Terra on the Galactic Legend. Love the Royal
I guess
Flush
you could
as well,
say
but
that
speaking of Royal
Terra
Flush,
is
Saipe does have theirs
Terra
available for one last
rising.
attempt, and there might be a portal play, but Fincy was the one that was staggered the most, so they can't even go for it. They need to just have someone touch, go for the Galactic Legend, and they at least get overtime.
Walking up old style, Sparker's already down. What a great pickup by Rajaro. It was facilitated by the Feast of the Abyss from Trust Me. The remainder of Virtus Pro, another point! Oh, Dredro was dove in the background, and we are 1-1. Na'Vi have recovered from yesterday.
Virtus Pro with the first C9 we've seen in some time,
They
but unfortunately they didn't have the portal play. The
C9'd!
stagger proved to be
Bro,
enough. And we've
the
seen
gods can
masterclasses of
bleed,
those performed
chat,
in
they
previous series. And
lost!
speaking of masterclass,
And not
Terra,
only did
the
they
MVP
lose, they
Star-Lord
C9'd.
Galactic Legend from the Raging Royal
Show me the
Flush
stats.
from
I gotta
level
see the
1
stats of this
was
game, though.
the thing that led them to victory. 9 final hits, but Jerky's flexibility cannot be understated. Picking up the shoes very well from Naga in
Wow.
their previous days.
The supports
of
on
the grand
both teams are
finals, and
insane,
now
but look
being
at
the first team ever in the
Sparker,
preseason to
36
take
and
a map
8.
off of Virtus Pro.
Bro,
Yeah, wow. Terra went 27 and 11. Jerky went 30 and 7.
Sparker on
Wow.
the reg, not wanting to wait for LAN, and Terra had his chance. Got his
That was
MVP.
insane, Chad. That is
44K
insane,
damage,
bro.
Triple pockets from the Ultron, the Mantis, and the Raging Royal Flush. Shades of 100 Thieves here for NAVI, and shades of victory over Virtus Pro, who now are going to be able to decide.
I hope the pros complain about that point and actually change it back to a bus. Chat, I'm sorry. It's very cool. I love that they're trying new ideas with the cart, but that cart is actually straight up ass.
Cinema if it does happen. Probably not Hall of the
Is there
Jelly,
anyone
though.
that
Could
actually
be
does
a
like
central
that cart?
especially after seeing
I like
Navi there
the
in past.
idea
That's
behind
a
it. I
3-for-3
like how
record
they're
for Virtus
trying
Pro.
stuff,
Talk
but
a
I
little bit
just
more about this
don't
specific
like it.
matchup. It felt like
Just
Virtus
like
Pro
the
had
new
the
map,
edge
chat.
in
I think the new
decomposition
map is
out of the
really
gates,
good,
and then unfortunately just
but
didn't play what their comfort zone was. They
I
were a
don't
little
like.
hesitant to
I like
focus
how they're
on
trying
what the
new
usual
things
is
with the
just the
scan,
Galactic
but I
Legend
actually
from
don't
Star-Lord
like the
and the Raging Royal
scan
Flush,
in
and
like
also
pro
used the
or
Heartbreaker,
competitive
and
play.
instead,
You can
Navi
keep it in
just
quick
stuck to the
play,
basics
but
and it
not
worked
in
out.
pro play.
I mean, I feel like maybe there needs to be an
Hey,
adjustment still
Pixel
towards that
Bun.
one-sided
Appreciate the
Miss
massive
Woman,
new
which is doing so much right now. Treacher actually dropped 50
Prime
seconds
sub,
from
and
Holland
also
in
Scarlet
that
Witch
matchup.
with the massive
The
Prime
next
sub as well. I
highest was
appreciate
level
it.
1 Crook on 42k, and that was in a triple strategist. Admittedly, Cyber was getting a little bit more aggressive, but this play from Navi has been very sort of like, trust me, it's looking like a different beast today. Doing a great job of trolling the objective as well. That would not have gone that way if
or
not got those
they
continuous
could
defensive
extend,
tabs on
like
the
you said,
Batmobiles.
they
It was
could
going up
extend
the hill to allow for the
the
remainder of Navi to get in an advantageous position to use their ultimates.
range of the
You have to
point,
really
but
keep
I
aware of
don't
what's
know if they
going
would
on
do that.
around you. Not having the Daredevil in play means you don't have that vision on when the dives are coming in as well, and they didn't even have a chance to play it because the ban came out from Navi, and I feel like that ban could have been the straw that broke the camel's back
No,
here.
no,
But,
not
it
delete the
will
map.
be a
I love
case
this
of
map.
A tied series for now. We're
There
going
is-
to uncharted waters.
I'm not
after
saying this as like I'm not trying to be toxic or anything, but I actually don't think there is one bad map that Marvel Rivals made. The Araco map, actually the symbiote map could probably be it, like the symbiote Koth map. But the throne room, the Yggdrasil Dawn map is no longer in competitive, chat, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm not gonna say. I'm talking about the new maps that they're making. The Araco map, the payload is by far one of my favorites. The Koth map is actually really good in my opinion. The map that came out, I'm blanking on the name. The one that has like Iron Fist's home or something. They came out with it during Kunlun. Yeah, that one. That one's a really great map in my opinion. The smoke was really weird at first, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's that bad. It's new. It's creative. Lower Manhattan, I think that map is really great as well. I just don't like the scan. If they took away the scan, that map would be fire. And I also really do like the museum map besides the payload. I just don't like the payload. Minor adjustments, but yeah, also chat, we have 1 minute left. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And I'm gonna get more water. I'll be right back, okay?
Well, even kings can bleed. VP have dropped the map, and it's like by the skin of their teeth. That was so exciting. Navi pulled through on their choice of map of Museum of Contemplation, but giving credit where credit is due, leg day. Terra put the Lord in Star-Lord. He was incredible.
Oh,
you're muted.
Oh, my bad. You know who wasn't quite in that map? Not like me, Terra, getting triple boost from the remainder of Navi. Jerky giving him the Mantis boost and the Ultron boost. We saw the Mantis boost come through as well. And Raging Royal Flash. Like, so many resources were poured into Terra. And credit to Navi, they managed to adjust their comp on the fly to make sure that they could take that duel against Sparker, which is not easy to do.
Now all the resources into him to deliver the 44,000 damage, 9 final hits, and to dominate the lobby. And Terra did so against an invisible woman, which is kind of the scissor against the paper and the rock, paper, scissors. But Vaudable looking at Hall of the Dahlia, the bans were also very important. I mean, Navi did their homework. They took out the cab, they took out the DD, and that affected VP.
Yeah, I'd say like not having the vision of the DD for Phi was a big thing too, especially when we saw a lot of really good flanks from them specifically. The Captain America that we saw as well was a good counter in a way, using the freedom charges against the Galactic Legend whenever they needed to bunker up.
Okay, chat, I got my water.
It felt like
Sorry,
having
I'm
the
back.
extra alt charge acceleration really put the pace in favor of Virtus Pro on that first map. So Navi, noticing those things, decided to go for the target bans and give Virtus Pro a couple of different options that they're not used to having available to them. And it felt like because they weren't used to having some of these things, they weren't as comfortable. And this goes to show, you know, some of that hesitancy, some of that danger that we were talking about in the interview yesterday, that this Virtus Pro team wasn't as confident as they could have been going into this meta.
And how confident are you if you're Navi going into Hall of the Dahlia? That is their pick, and this is something that they've chosen before. Remember that really funny Heretics game leg day where there was maybe a potential misban? That was a doozy.
I mean, this is a little bit of reverse
Okay,
psychology
sorry.
from Virtus Pro. Like, Hall of Dahlia was the first map they lost in
Also,
like,
by the way,
2025 Pro Play. They
chat,
lost
just
it
as a
to
heads up,
what
so you
was,
guys
Navi,
know,
I believe they were
I want to be
around at the
transparent
time.
with you guys.
And then they got full held here in Grand Finals. Navi
Ads
got full
are
held
only going to
against
be
Virtus
ran
Pro. And then,
on
obviously,
breaks
Navi
or
lost
when
this
they're
one out against
yapping,
Heretics after
okay?
Heretics
You're not
didn't
going to
get their
miss
final
any of
ban
the
because
action.
they were busy being whimsical. They were slurping on their no ban juice.
Okay?
So maybe
This is heads up.
you know what, Navi,
If you
we
do
think
get
you're washed
ads,
on this map.
subs, you don't get ads,
This,
though.
it's Virtus Pro's era now.
Instead,
I'm
you get
thinking
me to
Vaudable,
read
they
you a
gotta get
bedtime
rid of
story.
Terra's Star-Lord. He has woken
100%.
up, and you don't want to poke the bear on this one.
Well, especially for allowing the Gambit through, like having this Star-Lord, if Terra doesn't have some sort of
Well, I
comfort
keep getting
pick available to
laxative
him, it
ads.
really
Well, to be
shuts
honest
down
with
the
you, bro,
effectiveness of this
ads
team.
are
You can
targeted.
still do pretty well on the Phoenix, though, on this map
Not
specifically. So even if it's
streamers
not
don't have
available,
specific
it
ads
could
on
be
their
an
stream.
option. Navi
Ads are
could
targeted,
force
bro.
a
So
couple
if
of
you're
other
getting
things
laxative
if
ads, bro,
Star
you
is
good out? You
available
good?
to them specifically, but Virtus Pro opting for the attacking side here specifically as they pick the side and the map as reminders. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes, and maybe they're just trying to force a flashback of sorts and mess with the mental of Navi by going
What
to
are
this map.
ads? Oh, YouTube. Yeah, you guys don't get that as well.
Now, I mean, the gloves are off. You don't need to be perfect anymore, VP. I mean, both of our undefeated champions of Heretics and VP have both suffered their first game losses. Heretics pulled through, but will Virtus Pro? Because now the picks and bans are not as similar as they were before. In leg day, there was a lot of Star-Lord versus Phoenix and kind of a lot of swaps between Terra and Sparker on that range duelist.
Yeah, we even ended up seeing Sparker
Also,
pick up the Wolverine towards
This was
the
a
end,
hot
so
debate
it's
in
anybody's
chat
game.
earlier, but chocolate does
It is anyone's
belong on
game.
peanut
It
butter.
is a tie
Chocolate and
series.
peanut butter
We'll
is a
see
great combo,
on
and I
Virtus
found
Pro's
Reese's in my
playground,
freezer.
Their first map pick of the preseason, what they have up their sleeve.
All that for a drop of blood. Virtus Pro are the ones who are bleeding right now, but they have the chance to reclaim their initiative.
Chat was saying
in
that
our
chocolate
winner's
and peanut butter
semis
does not
against
go
Navi
together.
On their own map pick of Hall of Dahlia. Storied location, a storied battlefield for these two particular clans.
Yeah, last time we saw Trust Me playing some Venom, then playing some Vanguard pool a couple of times. Even we saw the Magneto come out for Rajaro specifically. Terra did have that Star-Lord specifically, but the damage boost could not be understated too. So if I am the side of Virtus Pro, I might be focusing on the Mantis ban here as well.
Yeah, getting rid of that Mantis. It has been, say, under-prioritized by Virtus Pro thus far, whereas Navi, they are staying strong on their respective Mantis, knowing that a damage-boosted Sparker is a dangerous proposition to go up against, but we've also seen the damage-boosted Terra can do just as well. Once again, the Loki is going to be taken off the field. Interestingly, Virtus Pro have actually had the option for the Gambit Loki multiple times.
Jay, how do you stay up so long?
Yet to really opt into it because they think that the Invisible Woman is better.
To be honest with you, I
like this focus on the
I really do love doing watch parties with you guys. I think
the one to do it. Yes, you can.
It's really fun. Yesterday was 16 hours. I went to bed last night for 6 hours. I'm wide awake right now, bro. Watch parties are so fun.
Seems to be a little lackluster from Navi in the ban and protects, where Virtus Pro are getting one-sided Loki potentially and one-sided Invisible Woman.
Yeah, the one-sided invis, definitely something that has been a hallmark of Virtus Pro so far, but nice. Okay, so interestingly on this point, this
watch parties are a lot of fun.
Particular use case, in that it stops Trust Me from going for a Spider-Man pull at the beginning of the game. Because he likes to go for a Spider-Man pull at the beginning of the game and then use a rollout on Venom to get back to the point after throwing himself off the map immediately afterwards.
Well, here's that vision we were missing last time from Fi, locking in the Daredevil so that they
I crashed out last night. Yeah, I just went straight to bed.
Be a big difference maker for them. At least give one their duelist.
Well, I tried to actually. I went to bed at like 2.
Heroes, and now turns to the other side, and you're not giving them the Invisible Woman, especially after how it went last go around.
No, I just really like doing watch parties for it's a lot of fun.
Driving force for how close
a lot of fun, and we got to keep the title best watch party chat. So thank you guys, love you guys for chilling out with me. Mwah.
Dredro getting away with the Invisible Woman again. Like, I don't know if you're just very scared of Fincy on the Bandball, which is reasonable.
I get it.
But I feel like Dredro's just been able to do so much so far on the Invisible Woman.
Yeah, Dredro is a force to be reckoned with for sure on that Invisible Woman. I feel
thought
like
you were a little drunk on your story, my Instagram story. No, bro, I was not drunk. I was tired, bro. I was really tired. Chat, follow the Instagram.
Look at the composition though for Virtus Pro is very interesting. If they're going for some different unorthodox style that Navi might not be as used to. I think they could also be having fun in Spawn. Who
let's see
knows?
This.
But Navi on the other side of things, Jerky now in the Ultron. We've seen that rocked out a couple of times as well on their side. And I misspoke earlier about the one-sided Mantis, one-sided Loki, but still Virtus Pro feeling content not to play the Loki and go with the double Gambit. Instead, they like to focus on something else, which is the symbiotic shenanigans, potentially. Okay, now they're going with the old faithful of the Doctor Strange and Invisible Woman team up.
Now, this is a new...
I like how they're talking about team-ups, but we can't see it yet.
Giving up the Luna instead, which does allow you to continue pocketing Terra, but not with damage.
I appreciate it, Lance.
The Snowflake instead, knowing that Trust Me and Raja are going to be able to be a lot of damage to facilitate
I wish we
healing.
We didn't even get to see what the team comps were.
And off angle, okay, it's going to be the Daredevil.
Now they'll have the vision to know exactly where the Navi players are going from, especially based on the footage that they have about this map for Navi.
Oh shit!
They played it really close against Team Heretics, even though it wasn't going the way that they wanted, and already an early pick on the Fate.
Yeah, punished for playing on the destructible bridge. They instantly fall down to terra firma.
Was Saipei dying?
They smell blood in the water. Those piranhas do circle. A first tick already given over for Virtus Pro. Spark is somewhat bungled there engaged, but I think it's going to be too heavily punished as Terra moving in towards the Venom. No symbiotic resilience remains, so Nevix can't stay in here. Level 1 Crook getting up close and personal with Fi. Winning out an up-close duel against Matthew Murdoch is a bit of a rarity.
Navi will happily take that as well and get their
both of these teams are doing Elsa bans, which I love, by the way, because usually we have to tell teams to ban Elsa. Wow, two of the best teams in EMEA are banning Elsa. Wow, I wish the other teams would learn.
Still has the Venom, can dive in when they need to, distract the backline, and I feel like if they focus around that, might be doing a little bit better here.
Okay, drones allocated to the two flankiest members of Navi. Raja is kind of just going to be standing in main with his dual Desert Eagles, pummeling them down. But the remainder of Na'Vi are in this very cowed position. They do not want to give an easy lineup here to Fi or Sparker, as Nevic's just going to poke away, building up towards that Feast of the Abyss, which will be a critical opener of the tin can of that backline. And speaking of tin cans that are opening, in comes the Raging Royal Legend. Can Cypher get away from this one is the question. Peeks out a little bit too far. Doesn't have the Bayou Bash that they were looking for. But you know what? The accuracy means that they're not going to be overly damaged by the Banhammer. But Fate on the off angle with the Isart is able to do plenty here. Fincy is going to be temporarily waylaid by Trust Me. And Virtus Pro still have a couple of players in the back who could be hunted down here. This is danger close.
They cannot play Black Cat, no.
Get some percentage at least. Eventually, they're just going to go forward and try to reset completely, which I think is a wise decision here. You used your Rage and Royal Flush. It didn't work out as well as you would have liked, but it did bait the one from level 1 Crook, and saw that Na'Vi had theirs so much earlier than Virtus Pro, which is why the Patience game came out from them. So
what's up,
now that they
Osamas?
have the
Welcome back.
advantage of
Welcome back.
ultimates a little bit, they'll be able to rally behind it.
What time does the new Marvel Rival season already launched?
Onto Saipe. And now you got to think about the next fight, to be honest. With Saipe down, this one might be cooked. Hello. Try to turn it around. The Dance of Butterflies in the back, but Sparker found all of Na'Vi all together. So many ults are going to be invested here from Virtus Pro. The Alpha Strike is coming forth. Trust Me has given over a bunch of additional HP here. And of course, inside of a Fate of Both Worlds for healing is good. Virtus Pro just dumped so many ultimates, but they didn't have Saipe to back them up, so they couldn't have the healing debuff.
Tough spot to be in for VP.
Wait, Finzy has a free ult. Finzy has a free ult.
The Meteor M to maybe engage, but also push people off that
no,
point.
Finzy, bro!
Still contest coming through, though.
Saipe found on the off-angle. Jerky is responsible for this one. Reigns above it all, giving out all of the drones. There's plenty of healing that's going to be pouring out of this Ultron.
This is a great hold by Na'Vi. We have never seen Virtus Pro in a situation like this, especially if they get full health.
Na'Vi have studied the
we have never seen Na'Vi
mistakes. We saw them using
not pass first point, chat. We are witnessing history.
This one as well was a pain point for them during the group stages, and they have learned to shore up all of their weaknesses, patch the gaps in their Ironwood defenses, and now are proving to be a menace against Virtus Pro.
Trust Me was simply eating that fire, so the Crook can roll forward now with the Raging Royal Legend. Is there any way to take cover here for the remainder of Virtus Pro? Certainly not for Dredro, and certainly not for Fi. Saipe taken down, and level 1 Crook saying, oh, that's enough glazing a Dredro.
That's actually crazy.
You got to think about the Crime Lord himself, Mr. Level 100 Crook.
Cannot be stopped. The mob boss himself is going to be the one to deal the final hand to Virtus Pro on attack. This was their side to pick, by the way. They picked the map and the side, and unfortunately has not gone in their favor. You could tell that Virtus Pro are off of their A game. They're not used to feeling this kind of pressure, and I feel like this might be a result to maybe an easier group.
Stop doubting Terra. Do I think Terra's a great player? Yes, chat.
Right?
But I'm talking about team organization. I think Virtus Pro is a not I think they've been showing themselves as a phenomenal team. So seeing them get full held is actually kind of crazy.
They've shown great discipline.
Navi's doing a great job, bro. Navi is doing a great job. Yeah, they did get 48%. So technically, this is still a win or a lose.
Virtus Pro, they got a little bit overexcited. They dumped 4 ults at once into a Fate of Both Worlds and a Freedom Charge. So there's no real way to destroy Fate through the healing of that and the bonus elf that was given over by Trust Me. I think that Virtus Pro probably could have done
out of all the characters that have been added to the game since launch, what was your favorite so far? Ooh.
I do gotta give credit where it's due. I mean, shout out to the analyst for Navi, Sky, specifically had some stuff cooked up. I asked them, and they were just looking for the win here today, and well, we've seen more than enough in the ban phase.
That's a great question. I would probably say Phoenix. Out of all the new characters, I'd probably only play Phoenix.
And also the one-sided Vanguard pool has been a big boon for Na'Vi, but they need to clutch up here and at least get some percentage to close it out and get the advantage in this series.
Fincy just going to poke around in main for now, an exchange of poke between the two sides. Level 1 Crook's already falling low. The same for Fate. I think that maybe Saipe managed to find an angle there to get the anti-heal onto them. The cards are drawn.
Oh, Elsa as well, but Elsa's been getting permanently banned, and I just gave up playing her, so yeah. And now she's getting nerfed, so yeah.
But whatever slack can be given is by Crook here, which means that they're significantly ahead of Saipe.
Speaking of significantly ahead, we have Roger already having the ultimate available with the Banhammer.
I believe we may have thrown it over onto Terra, or rather onto Spark. But Darren Saipe's down. This is a big opening here for level 1 Crook, and Fate being down again means so much of the healing is going to be falling upon the Gambit once more. And a little body block coming through. You got to start worrying about presence on the point already. That's why Fincy's playing on the corner, surrounded by members of NAVI. Virtus Pro thought they could turn it around here on Hall of Jalia, but it's looking incredibly improbable now. Spark is already down. Jerky's channeling the Rage of Ultron, and NAVI had everything they needed to make that go even further. 2-1.
The Midnight Bell is starting to toll against Virtus Pro, and NAVI are here to collect 2 maps in a row, one away from usurping the current world champions and proving that they are the better squad on this meta.
The
Terra
current
and the rest
world
of NAVI
champions
have been
lose,
forced
chat.
through the fire of the group stages, where Virtus Pro have relatively had ease all their way here. Now they're finally faced their match in tough competition, and look at all those goose eggs in the final blows against this team of NAVI. 4 players who did not go down once.
Unbelievable resilience from NAVI. Great discipline when it came to their positions.
Bro.
It was cooked when Fate was on the bridge, dropped down, instantly got taken by the diver. Virtus Pro, like, you're down your Luna. What are you going to do from there? NAVI managed to win that one back.
I want to see a game 5.
6 is absolutely phenomenal. It was like, call an ambulance, but not for NAVI.
Only 5 KOs in total against NAVI here. Fate being the one to be focused on, but honestly, because Fate was focused so much, it allowed level 1.
I don't know. I'm speechless, bro. I'm speechless. I have never seen
The patience that we also witnessed from NAVI tried to bait out
this
the Galactic
team
Legends,
actually
and
lose.
also the Raging Royal Flushes from Virtus Pro meant that they had the advantage in the 1v1s when they were using their ultimates, so the team fights just worked out that much better for the side of NAVI.
I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed right now with NAVI. Like, we're wondering if they were going to be able to get together after their fight against Fire Strays, where they did win 3-1.
Fire Strays look kind of better than Virtus Pro.
They're old. They're over the hill. There ain't no way you just call them old. Hey,
but if this is going to go to a 5th
I take
map,
offense to that.
Can get it done on their own map pick. It is going to be it's going to be an uphill battle, because then NAVI will get to pick our 5th map.
1 map away from NAVI pulling off the upset about our reigning world champions. Virtus Pro look to rally back and force a map 5. We'll see if they can do it after this.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's actually crazy. They don't even look old. They're like, they're like, some of them are like 25, 26, if not maybe 27. Chat thinks anything over the age of, like, I don't know, 5 is old or some shit. I don't know. If you're like 6 years old or older, you're unk. Oh shit, it's your 6th birthday party? Oh yeah, you're 1 foot in the grave, bro. Wait, what's the predictions looking like again? Chocolate actually might go home with like over $1 million, which is crazy. Virtus Pro has $8.6 million, bro. Oh my god. Damn. Repull? Nope, can't repull, man. I'm sorry. Hey, you lose, man. I'm 25 and I feel unk. You're not unk until you hit your, like, late 20s, where if you sneeze, you can't turn your neck for the next 3 days. Or, like, you bent over to tie your shoe and you hurt your back and you're just in pain. Or like you bend over to tie your shoes and both of your knees crack. Actually, funny story. I gotta tell you guys this. Funny story. I went, one of our cats were in the hallway and I bent over to go pet the cat because the cat was being cute. And both of my knees cracked so loud, it sounded like 2 gunshots, and the cat ran away before I could even pet him. Ask Emily. True, it's the funniest thing ever. Bro. Why are you always looking at your phone during the game? My phone's over here, bro. No, my knees crack, man. I'm turning 32. He's busy on RuneScape. RuneScape's over here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm AFK fishing. I gotta get my fishing to 99.
Navi look unstoppable. They win
Oh.
that last map with 3 minutes to spare after full holding Virtus Pro World Champions on their map pick. And first time on Museum of Contemplation, VP lose.
Yo, Hardly for
First
23
time on
months.
Hall
Appreciate it.
Vidalia,
Appreciate it. How you doing? How you
VP
doing?
lose.
Jay3.
Need some comfort picks here, Audible.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to think about this. Like, the last time we saw Virtus Pro losing in this fashion was against Citadel Gaming. It went to 5 on that specific one. That was in the playoffs. It seems playoffs seem to be their
Married
crutch
at 23?
so far,
that's a big
they,
accomplishment.
unfortunately, were not
If I
able to come out
married
top of them.
the person I was
Eventually
dating
went
at
to the lower
23, I would
bracket,
actually be
Navi
hairless.
3-1, and then beat Citadel Gaming at the end there.
Oh, man.
So they've gone through adversity before, but not in this fashion. And even
Hey,
before that,
can't
Chunk
rush
even
these
took them
things,
to
man.
map
Can't
5.
rush these
So
things.
Not having as much pressure against like top competition seems to mean that Virtus Pro just have not been as practiced against this level of pressure that they're facing here.
And like Day, the fact that Navi had only died 5 times on that map.
That
And you
is
gotta
crazy.
commend the
That is
strategists.
crazy.
I mean, there's only 2 of them, or well, there was 3, but basically 2. I mean, Ultron is kind of cosplaying a duelist, but like for real though, like Fate, Crook were huge
I
on
have
that map.
I have never seen
Little bit
we have
of
never
the
seen
Ultron and,
Virtus Pro in this scenario. Not only has Virtus Pro lost a map, but they are also down 2-1. If this was a best of 3, if this was a best of 3, Navi wins. But this is a best of 5, so
well, the amount of healing from them may have been somewhat low, like in its totality. One of the things that Luna really brings to the table is like triage healing, right? Like being at range, being able to put the flake on someone and get them from very low health to very full incredibly quickly, while not maybe putting out as much.
No,
in
it's
the
not the
neutral.
J3
Being
curse.
able to
I've
have
never cursed
unfair
anyone in my
duels
life.
courtesy of Luna through the ice arts because of the piercing heal and damage on those players. So it means that sometimes you're going to get a little bit of an advantage, maybe in a Terra versus Sparker side lane duel that wasn't expected.
I mean, Fate is a threat on the Luna Snow. K-pop girly herself can. I mean, you don't want to play Daredevil, Wolverine into that. Just Doctor Strange has to be careful.
that is
of this
true.
woman.
I'm Gen Z, and I'll admit most of us are
This is
aging
gonna
like
be an
milk left in the
exciting
sun.
game forward.
To be
We're gonna
well,
take a look
if you
to
go out in the
see
sun,
if VP
the
Virtus
sun
Pro
ages
can
you.
force game
You guys
5.
should be using
Go to the
sunscreen.
lower bracket. Good luck, everybody else.
How do you guys think I look so beautiful? I look like I'm 22 again.
Standing on a precipice of defeat here, and this is a very dangerous position. They've chosen their own map. We're going to Midtown to try and stop Navi's reign of terror on all of these convoy and convergence maps.
This is
I do think
a
the
map
team
that
ups
hasn't
have
played by
been
Navi
going
as well
downhill
here,
lately.
like, we've
But
seen
team ups
so
are
many
a very
different,
hard thing to come up with, I bet.
compositions on
Yo,
different
that boy
maps,
Billy.
specifically for
Appreciate the massive
domination.
43 months, my friend. How you
And
doing?
a couple
Wait.
different looks on
Smooth, glassy
convergence,
skin.
but in terms
Much
of
love,
convoy, Arako
Something that I
and
wish I
Museum,
knew
those are the 2 we've seen from them so far. Virtus
when I
Pro,
was
they've played
younger.
once, they've won
Chat,
once,
take care of your
so
skin,
they're
bro.
looking for an old
I wish I
faithful,
knew
and
that in my
they
high
have a
school
lot
and
of
college
footage
days. I
on
didn't
this
start taking
specific
care
map
of
different
and
metas.
start
The
like
big
putting
thing
stuff on
is,
my face and
can
whatnot
the
until I was
fan
like
base go in their favor this time? And
29,
there's been
30.
so much targeting them, and I feel like a good focus here as well.
Hey, I
is
have
because
I have a
Navi
whole
has
ritual I
to
do.
be on the defensive side, so they can only ban so much.
Toner, creams, Emily as well. You know,
Probably going to go for that cat ban again. It served them very well
you know,
thus far.
she's
Maybe they pivot into, if they don't want to play the invis, they could.
what do you call it?
always
She's
play the
Chinese,
local
and she
because
does all
pretty
these
good
like
at
you know
local
Asian
themselves.
like stuff for the
Once again,
face, and
hoping to at
we
least
get
have
like
the
Asian
one-sided
products.
invis
They
in
work
their back
phenomenally.
pocket. I don't know if we saw
And
Juju
so,
actually
hey,
play
I love it.
on the previous map. I think they were more playing Jeff on the offense, which didn't serve them incredibly well.
Yeah, Emily does a lot of
That's been the
facials on
problem.
me.
I feel like a lot of these comps for Virtus Pro have not been working out in their favor, and they haven't found their comfort zone against Navi. The adaptation that you know we heard from Oasis being
What?
having to be
You
so
guys are being
flexible in
weird,
this
bro.
comp has been a struggle.
And
but
I don't know
finally we
that
do see
thing that she
another
uses,
Mantis
maybe
ban
the-
coming out onto Navi. They've been
Maybe
doing a really good job with
some of the
the
guys or the
damage, but they
girls
didn't even
might
need
know,
it
but it's
last
like this
time.
little
They had the
weird
Ultron
looking
in their
thing
pocket,
that
and
you
that
could
was
use
good
it on your
enough.
skin, and it's
Star-Lord
supposed to like
specifically,
lift your
I'm so
face
shocked
up.
that we haven't
Nah,
targeted that once.
I don't know what it's called. It's,
Yeah, just
Emily
continually
might
allowing
know,
it
but
to
Yeah, like the Jade Roller, the Gua Shot. Yeah, something like that, bro.
The invisible boundary active and available. Last ban will come through here.
Yeah, you guys know exactly what I'm doing. So, yo, you know, hey, you know Emily's taking care of me.
The thing would be a little bit of a niche pick.
I'm a guy, so I don't want to do it, but Emily does it for me, so.
Is having their Vanguard Deadpool back.
I love it.
It means that they can actually soften up.
Also, I do use the snail cream, yeah. The snail mucus, yeah.
The thing ban comes to, admittedly, Virtus Pro do have a long and motley history of playing Thing on Midtown. This is where they've played it the most, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, snail mucus, chat.
NAVI also reaching back.
There's also
figure out what the strategy is against Virtus Pro.
You guys might think I'm weird, but hey,
we spoke a little bit earlier. They have played
Fish come?
this one just yesterday.
Good for your. Good for your. I think it's that. It's good for your
end.
skin.
But the biggest difference here is that they had the Elsa available to them. They don't, because Virtus Pro knows
I'm
they
not
cannot give
even. I'm not
Terra
even
his
trolling,
best
bro.
slot.
Hey, there you go.
Team
Salmon
affording
Seaman.
massive respect
Exactly.
to the,
Hey.
The Elsa players of Sparker and
Hey,
Terra.
some people know
Although
exactly
admittedly,
what I'm talking about.
There's a nasty Elsa in him as well, given his competitive history in hero shooters as a hit scan enjoyer.
I get it straight from the source, bro. When I go fishing, you guys think I'm like this. No, bro. I go in there, grab a fish like I'm a bear, and I start.
So that we've seen from them in terms of the flexibility of hero pool, right? We used to just see them play the same heroes as Terra has been.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm joking. But yeah, there's a lot of good facial stuff that you can use.
Strategists for their team, and I really love this kind of brawl style that we'll be able to see from Terra and the White Fox from Jerky.
Okay, so here's one of the things that a Thing ban's going to do. It's going to mean that you don't really have an easy swap into Terra here. Your Vanguards are just going to have to suffer, unfortunately.
As you say that, though, they do have the spawn to break composition.
Yo, Finex! Appreciate it, 82 months, my friend. How you doing?
The Strangling Prison and also the Hand of Khonshu we've seen time and time again on this map, and the freezes are going to make it a little bit more difficult for them to build it up as quickly.
Oh, the Sparker on Moon Knight's a little bit of a rarity.
TLDR chat, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Also, let's go. Come on. I'm cheering for Virtus Pro now because they are the unks, and I have to stand by my unks, and I want to see a match 5. Come on, send us to a match 5.
They're going to be able to outpace the ultimate of level 1 Crook.
A bit of a change up on defense compared to last time we saw NAVI on this map specifically. Had some more Ultron focus, and instead are now going to see what they can do here.
All right, Hands of Khonshu dropping them down on top of Rajah.
Yo, Fate's Grip. Appreciate the massive gifted sub, my friend.
Found their opening, and that came off the back of Thigh already using their ban hammer as well. NAVI probably going to swap over here. Do they want to swap for a portal? They're so close to ults.
It doesn't seem like that's the option that they're going for. Instead, we are going to have the Vanguard pool come back out from Rajaro. I feel like that's a better option than the play that we saw from the Thing specifically. Trust me, though, sticking with the Groot, going for the Strangling Prison. There is the Ultra I was talking about, from Jerky that we saw
I'm actually surprised
All right,
Virtus Pro won the fight, but no one moved up and no one wanted to like get space, like demand the map. No, they all kind of stayed on point, got like 3 on point to push the card a little faster, but
with the second, but trust me, he's already down, was walled in, and so the healing could not reach them. A chase in towards the back lines of NAVI. Virtus Pro have claimed all the space and has to be a re-engagement.
I wonder if he.
Off the back of the fate of both worlds.
I'm wondering when he's going to use Groodle.
Jay3 take him down, and was actually taken out a moment after they brought up the invisible boundary. That's a massive loss for Virtus Pro here. Cypher's going to be the only strategist remaining. But there are still members of Virtus Pro who are willing to hang around and fight this one. Jerky tries to put it to bed, and guess what? Level 1 is once again hunting down his counterpart.
The extra damage that Terra has with the Rage and Royal Flush and also the Ultron drone just makes it so difficult for Jay3 to stay alive in those invisible boundaries. And
is there a reason we haven't seen a lot of DD? We've seen a few teams run Daredevil, but
have to worry about every time they
maybe some of these teams don't want to run it. Maybe they're not. I mean, a lot of these teams practice and scrim, and they have set like plays and stuff.
For Rage of Ultron, Virtus Pro take cover for now, and they simply accolade all their fire onto Jerky, who can't deal with all of the accrued damage that's put towards him. Trust me, almost has
you know what's crazy as well that you guys probably don't know, but since we have the best watch parties, I'll let you know. Virtus Pro won the grand finals, and they have the grand final MVP Sparker. NAVI won the mid-season finals, and they have the mid-season final MVP level 1 Crook. I believe he got it. So you're seeing a great game right now.
That one instead will grab Ultron, and there's nothing to suck from him, but there is going to be plenty of pain which is given over thereafter.
NAVI remembered that they have 2 hands of justice and some Cajun flavoring on them as well from the rogue that they have available to them in this composition. It hasn't been banned out this whole time, and goes to show why the brawl works so well to create that
Dale
space and
Earnhardt, I'm pretty
target
sure
that
it's snail
backline.
mucus.
They could do nothing to
It's
stop
called like
them.
snail
So
mucin.
now we see
It's
a
really good for your
counterplay
skin.
with Trust Me doing the exact same, and Trust Me did a really good job with the rogue in the
appreciate
previous
how
match,
to
but
play.
Jerky interests me the most here on this Hulk and what their strategy will be.
All right, the Jerky Hulk hasn't been great so far, forcing out the invisible boundary already. Fincy just holds up the shield to shield up everyone behind them. It gives over a little bit of additional survivability. Level 1 Crook falling low. 1 hit would do it, but it seems like it's not going to be delivered. Level 1 Crook just about manages to squeak away. Fincy just stands on the cart, ready to open the Eye of Agamotto.
Oh.
The stagger onto Jerky as well. Not where they want to be. They're going for the counter portals.
Ooh, they're going to
stop
try to
them
do a
from
portal play.
moving
Oh, no,
through
they're just going to flip it.
towards the objective and taking their time on this too to see exactly where there might be a flanking around and positioning.
Would love to cut off a single member.
Interesting.
Here's a touch
They're
ball,
not
though.
going to
Now
have
they're gonna
portal
find
if they
time to
fail and lose
move
this
around
fight,
the
chat. That is a
outside.
very
It's
interesting
easy
portal.
to
I
find
don't
portal.
agree with
People
it.
throw the blast of
If
barrage
you,
for
I feel like you
Sparko.
should
They're gonna
use
end
portal
time
as a
at
like
all.
a last resort to
Through
TP
their
your team
ultimate.
back.
The fate of both worlds was not decided this time around. A quick anti-card from
But they ended up
Saibe,
winning the
and
fight, so it's
amplified
kinda-
damage
I
of a
mean, I think it's-
multitude of
I think it's
bears
fair.
was enough to stop the K-pop star in her tracks.
It is very, bro. How many times have you guys had a Doctor Strange on your team use portal under 3 minutes, and then you guys lose the game because at the end of the game you guys could have really used the portal, but it's on cooldown, so you guys can't use it.
Is not here for
Bro,
them. Jerky
that
now
you
pulling
have to
out
have
the
a
Star-Lord
lot of
of Terra,
confidence
focusing
to do a
on
portal like that.
the Wolverine, but instead opting to just forgo the Raging Royal Flush combo and go for the Psylocke, which we have seen some good usages of the Dance of the Butterfly with the Royal Flush, but will it be enough? Time will tell, because Virtus Pro seem to have things locked in on Midtown.
Na'Vi desperately pouring in the dark, looking for an answer. Terra already 70% of the way to the rate towards their own ultimate, but having had their passive pop for healing,
Oh, no,
gonna be there.
Terra.
The Spirit Sanctuary was a little bit too far back. Raja has already been taken down as well, and the Jerky
Oh,
just gets
no,
blasted
what's
against the
Na'Vi
wall by
doing?
Saibe.
Not how you want to go down whatsoever. So
Nope, I don't
Fincy
understand what that
having the
team
time
fight
of his
was.
life, it just goes to show how good the one-sided
NA is supposed to
invis
start
is.
at
We've
5, but
seen
NA is
every
not
other
going to
series
start
today
if
that
this
has
match is still
typically been a
going. I'm
priority
pretty
game
sure.
for most teams,
I'm
and
pretty sure.
This is the reason why
They're not
you
gonna start
cannot allow
NA if-
Doctor Strange
yeah.
to have some extra heals and their own CC, and this is again patch 7. There's no tenacity available for you.
Terra has the answer to the invisible boundary, though. A nice last stand to try and drag them out of that ultimate could be everything. The Heartbreaker opens up here from NAVI to try and suck away some of that ult charge from the members of the VP defense. But level 1 Crook is undeterred, brings out the Raging Royal Flush, moving towards the back. Have they managed to grab Judah out of the ultimate?
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
they have. Terra
They-
understood the assignments and gets an A+ on that one. Na'Vi cash in their bank. And
They
get
use the
rewarded for their
support ult and
ingenuity.
still die through the support ult, bro.
Pass the
Ooh.
skill check with flying colors, but will it be enough to stop Virtus Pro? Even with how much time is remaining if they full hold here, there's a long distance to go on Midtown where a lot of teams have been completely full held in the past, and Na'Vi have their work cut out for them again. Last time they played this, they 3-0'd themselves, so uncharted waters for them lie ahead, and it's going to be a bumpy ride against the best in the world.
Uncharted waters. Chocolate, you know what that reminds me of? Winrose. We have so much... We have so much uncharted waters, man.
Raja is already here, ready to fight. In comes the Dance of the Butterflies towards the back. It seems like the damage is being shed out effectively between the members of Virtus Pro, and Jerky's disengagement is going to be shut down by Tridro. The remainder of Na'Vi were unwilling to commit to that fight. They got some bad juju from it, and so Jerky was left high and dry,
bad juju.
with no means of getting out of there, and attempted to grab. And it's
Oh!
actually gets taken
Through
down
the support ult, bro. What a bust.
Co-strategist. And now Virtus Pro
What a
decided to move
great
forward
play
with the
by
cut.
Finzi
Iron
not to
Agamotto
use his
ready to open
not to use
no
his
ultimate.
what do you call it, ultimate ability as well.
Na'Vi desperately needs to try and survive here, but they're going to be doing it down one duelist already towards the
Oh!
from Fate. But still
Fate!
the Ice Heart will wake up the sleeping
Oh
wizard.
my
And level 20 is
God!
gonna be achieved soon here by this wizard. Still level 1. No, he just got 100%. It's a perfect
You know what? Hot
play
take.
from
A lot of people might hate Luna, but I actually really love Luna.
That means the
I think Luna is a very fun support to play.
Got the Heartbreaker, no resurrections this time, but Terra and Raj are looking to try and resurrect all the chances that Virtus Pro had of trapping this one. Where did it come from? What is Terra cooking over there? The invisible boundary drawn on up. Jerky.
Wait, what are they doing? What are they doing? What's this portal?
In the middle of this one, out comes the Heartbreaker.
Bro, what are these No, chat. These portals need to be studied. Oh, they're not on the point.
Stole just out of a third point completion.
Bro.
Rocket Raccoon is viable is all you need to know from that one, baby. The BRB brings them back into the fight with new wings and
did you see that rocket res? Oh, I didn't see it, but he's talking about it. I might have to
stop them before.
Okay, look, listen, we have a few seconds.
This will this one, but Terra and Raj are looking to try and resurrect all the chances that Virtus Pro had of trapping this one. Where did it come from? What is Terra cooking over there? The invisible boundary drawn on up. Jerky starts to channel a portal. Don't know what he's quite cooking in the middle of this one. Out comes the Heartbreaker.
Before that?
The resurrection he is going to be achieved soon here by this wizard. Still level 1. No, he just got 100%. It's a perfect point here by this wizard. Still level 1. Leaping wing. Freeze is good from Fate, but still to be doing it down one.
He uses his freeze, hits the ultimate ability, goes back to spawn, switches to rocket.
And level 20 is going to be achieved soon here.
I didn't even see this. His Gambit dies, but just because he got the freeze on the ult, went back, switched to rocket, threw down a BRB, and got the res on his Gambit instead of waiting 10 seconds and then like oh my god.
We saw some decent holds.
Oh my god, bro.
Really
I might scream without the S.
Eventually they clutched up at the end, but
oh my god, that Fate is insane, dude. Holy shit.
To them, but pressure makes diamonds, and that's what they need to be on
what
this defensive
a
end.
Play, bro. That was insane. I didn't even my brain couldn't even comprehend that.
More sides. Navi still developing the angles. They've managed to slink up above. Terra ready for a drop in here onto a Vanguard. Would really like Fincy, but for now Cypher's just able to freely fling out cards of healing from this defensive bastion.
That is a strategist. That's not a support. That's not a healer. That's a strategist.
Oh my goodness, the instant mutual stun onto Trust Me, and Terra actually gets waylaid on their intro here. Does force Jerky to make a move inside, but you know what, with all the triage that's being pointed towards Terra, Jerky doesn't really have that much in the way of healing. Pulled out of the blast, the barrage around towards the back. They're on top of Fate. Fire has no mercy in his heart, and while there's a temporary jump scare that's brought on over, enough has been done here for Virtus Pro to hold strong.
Not much leeway given to Navi so far in terms of meterage. They desperately need a team fight win. The beacon from Sparker keeps Virtus Pro sustained, and then just backing up, not fully engaging onto this Navi roster has made it that much easier. And even when the kidnaps come through, they do have some sort of protection to send them away due to the invisible
also
woman.
Yes, chat, Sparker is on the rocket. They're running goats, 3 tanks, 3 supports. That's a really good stall comp. And then if you have him on rocket, if someone dies, they just get BRB. They have the BRB beacon. They just get res.
No matter what he's playing, the Rocket Raccoon is just pumping out the damage.
Talked about how good the Rocket Raccoon was towards the end. Well, now we see it at the beginning here for Virtus Pro on defense. More and more time and knocked off the clock, and ever closer we edge to that map 5.
Nice wall brought up them, and there was no way to try and pull. Oh, I think that they may have blocked Jerky's ultimate with the strange shield. Fincy now ready to try and counter strike. 4 players stunned by the Eye of Agamotto. Yeah, there's going to be a quick cleanse from level 1.
We might see a match 5. This might be the second game in a row to go to a match 5, chat.
Twice in the midst of it, and Virtus Pro have had enough playing around.
By the way, if you are playing a ranked game, 3 tanks, 3 supports is a very viable comp to full hold like you're seeing Virtus Pro do.
As well, because they're able to shut down.
Very viable. 3 tanks, 3 supports.
Engage and go towards the backline, protecting them perfectly. And with all these ultimates available to Virtus Pro, it's just a matter of time for another team fight win.
Last stand ready to go. Yet another mutual stun between Nevix and Trust Me here, and Nevix is already taking too much damage. Has to back up. It's a great answer from Navi. However, the Cosmic Yarn amplifier.
I can't even get 2 tanks on my team. Yeah, that's the problem with ranked.
Right now within the AOE of that, you can see that it's not really taking any damage. Navi have called this fight.
Backed off from it, dropped like flies around the cart, and unfortunately, they'll have to pick up the pieces in this last minute to try and make a mad dash to capture point 1. And here's Terra just solo all day.
All in onto Fi. Terra just got the extra damage there coming through from a Raging Royal Flush. Level 1.
What did that guy do to you, bro? Did that guy used to bully you in high school or something? That's fucked up.
Now level 1 Crook is out in no man's land and is easily hunted down by Fincy. Dridro caught on the other side, pulled on in, and trust me, he's there with the finish. But Jerky, that might be a little bit too much what's been sent in there. It will force a reset on Nevix, but that's a big ult.
So many resources had to be used on this team fight. The biggest question mark for this last dash for Navi is if the ultimates can come online from Fate and Rajro fast enough against Virtus Pro. Saipe will have a Royal Flush, but there's a great freeze onto him instead.
Heartbreaker already moving forward. Another mutual stun coming through from Nevik to protect that back line. That means Fi has to stand on the cart by themselves for now. Terra's getting all over Fincy. Doesn't want to allow the Eye of Agamotto. No stuns delivered this time, as already you can see that Fate was ready and willing to answer it. Fincy and Fi both go down. Good angle here from Jerky, but Navi needs to stay on the cart now. There's very little to try and push them off, minus for Force Physics. Another 2 minutes 30 will be added to their time bank.
Come on, Virtus Pro.
Damage boost difference maker from Fate of both worlds by Fate.
No, the Virtus Pro is they got off their spawn hold comp. Now Sparker's going on the DPS chat. Listen. There could still be a match 5. Have I ever lied to you guys? Have I ever jinxed another team? No. Virtus Pro is winning this one and we're going to a match 5. Holy shit, they all just died. Chat, there might not be a match 5.
They force out one ult for the TP. It's a trade.
But the portal's not placed properly, so it can't stop the cart in its tracks. They had to just quickly get that one through and hope that it'd be enough for them to change the tide of the battle in the favor of Virtus Pro.
All right, now Virtus Pro. With no ultimates to play with here, up against a singular Eye of Agamotto. How do they play this defensive position? They have geographical advantage. However, team up here for the road is just so much damage. It's going to have to be Sparker trying to escape. Fate instantly pivots on over. And while Fincy may demand
still doable.
Flying gracefully across the sky as an airborne
still
wizard,
doable.
There's not going to be anything they can do. Laying down on the floor, Nevix is surrounded and eviscerated. Navi have got their mojo back.
Jerky realizing that Terra needs more sustainability if they're going to be playing Wolverine, so instead opts for the team up. Works so well for them, has the extra regeneration of health that they could steal from their opponents as they're dealing damage.
Still doable.
They don't have to worry as much about going for a triple strategy.
Listen, I have so much faith on Virtus Pro defending this and going to a match 5. I'll bet you guys 100 gifted. But if Navi wins,
for Vinci, he hasn't been able to go toe-to-toe with him as well as he'd like.
A prime sub.
Inside of the invisible boundary.
Watch.
Fire still stuck outside.
I believe in Virtus Pro. I believe in the Marvel Rivals onks.
However, healing still good enough from Dridro for this one. Not enough to save Nevix though. Virtus Pro are calling it. They're backing on off.
Eric got stuck in the aisle to change his clothes for a second and then realized, wait, I wasn't trying to go shopping for now.
Just so you guys know, if Virtus Pro wins, I get the 100.
His next victim.
I believe in them.
Just holding patiently. Navi want to be able to spring their traps here. Fi moving in towards the back line. He's over on the Daredevil. The damage is going to be good here from the Raging Royal Flush. It's an all-in engagement from Virtus Pro. 3 ults.
Oh, notice how chat's not saying anything now.
Stability.
Notice how you guys are not saying anything now.
That's the problem here. Like, there's so much time still on the clock.
What happened?
I don't even
Why are you
think
guys...
they need to use the portal
I
yet.
can
Waiting
see
for
the
final hour
future.
for that and all the ultimates available for Navi. Not much room given to
chat, ready?
Virtus
In
Pro
about...
to hold things down
in about...
here, but they are making the cart move back inches
I'm getting a reading.
Could be enough, but Terra
in about
needs to get a
1
big
minute
victory
and
with the
15
last stand.
seconds, Virtus Pro wins.
You can see that Fincy is giving over a little bit of space here to make sure that they're not the one to be grabbed. Terra ready to move on in. They've invested heavily. A big pull here from Trust Me could be everything, but they're trying to get on top of it. Fincy's trying to act proactively here. All of the ultimates from Navi are popped up once. Virtus Pro find themselves stunned and obliterated. The devil might be let out, but they put the bear in the cage. Navi win 3-1.
Virtus Pro have not lost a series since the playoffs in Stage 2 of EMEA before the Grand Finals, and now they have finally met their maker. Navi bringing in international talent in Terra, the Canadian raging on the Wolverine himself, unleashed with 2 claws, dug into the competition, and now proving to be the better squad. Navi move forward, reclaiming their former glory from the mid-season finals and make it into the winners. We'll see them against Heretics tomorrow.
Lore accurate Wolverine, minus the fact that Terra's like 6'2". I'm assuming that Lemon is flabbergasted on the other side. Let's see what she has to say about this.
Virtus Pro actually lost?
Cinema. Chat and everyone watching, you were here for the first 2026 loss of Virtus Pro, and I don't even remember the last time they've ever lost a game, let alone a series. And can I just be honest,
8.6 million.
like, these two teams,
430 people just lost their money. Not only their money, their house. They probably just lost the dog, the car. They just lost their wives. They lost their boyfriends' wives.
The rage meter was maxed out for NAVI going into this series. They had a lot to prove. They said going into the playoffs and even the preseason that they wanted to be the dominant team in EMEA, and if they continue performance like this one, they will be
Chocolate put
unstoppable.
250K and $1,100,000 in
And now I
return.
would say officially all of our brackets.
If you bet 100K, you won 440,000.
I mean, Heretics going to game